It is Tuesday, and that means it's time for our weekly jobs reports. It's brought to you by Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend.
We begin in Corpus Christi, where a licensed vocational nurse is needed. 1 year of experience is required. Duties include providing information to clients about medication and nutrition. A valid LVN license is required. Pay starts at $19 an hour. Another Corpus Christi organization is looking for an engineer with at least 12 years of experience and a bachelor's degree. The role will provide leadership to an assigned staff and oversee and prepare engineering designs. Pay ranges from $85,000 to nearly $140,000 per year, depending on your experience. A Hydrovac operator is also needed in Corpus Christi. Applicants should have 1 year of prior experience and will be operating an onboard hydrovacuum system outside the truck, performing non-destructive excavation around sensitive underground piping and cables. Pay ranges from $20 to $25 an hour. A commercial driver's license with tanker endorsement is required. Over in Aransas Pass, there is an opening for a customer service representative paying about $12 an hour. 1 year of experience is required. The job duties include processing and recording new insurance policies and claims. And our final job comes from Kingsville, where a CDL driver is wanted. 1 year experience is required. The position requires driving a tractor trailer 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday in local areas. A commercial driver's license with hazmat endorsement is required. Pay starts at $21 an hour. To learn more about these jobs and others, contact Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend at 888-860-JOBS or visit workintexas.com.